In the bitter winter of 1941, as Nazi tanks thundered across Eastern Europe, a name began to echo through the ruins, whispered with fear, respect, and disbelief. Lyudmila Pavlichenko. She was a young woman who turned her rifle into a legend. To her enemies, she was Lady Death. To her comrades, she was a guardian angel with a sniper's eye. In less than a year, she would become the most lethal female sniper in recorded history, with over 300 confirmed kills, and Adolf Hitler himself would learn her name and fear it. This is the true story of the Soviet sniper who became Hitler's nightmare. Lyudmila Mikhailivna Pavlichenko was born in 1916 in Bila Tserkva, Ukraine. Her father was a factory worker, her mother a teacher. Like many Soviet children, she grew up on stories of heroism, of revolution and sacrifice. But Lyudmila was different. She wasn't content to just listen. She wanted to prove herself. As a child, she was fiercely competitive, climbing trees higher than the boys, running faster, and shooting straighter. When a neighbor's son bragged about his marksmanship, she joined a shooting club just to beat him. Within months, she was winning medals. No one could have imagined that her skill with a rifle would one day help shape the course of a world war. By 1941, Lyudmila was a 24-year-old history student at Kyiv University. She loved books, quiet afternoons, and the simple dream of becoming a scholar. Then came June 22, 1941, Operation Barbarossa. Hitler's armies crossed into the Soviet Union, unleashing the largest invasion in human history. Kyiv was bombed, millions of Soviet citizens were called to arms, and Lyudmila didn't hesitate. She walked straight into the military recruitment office and demanded to join the Red Army. When officers told her that women were only allowed as nurses, she refused. She brought her marksman's certificate, laid it on the desk and said, "I am here to fight, not to bandage wounds." The officer stared at her, then handed her a rifle. She joined the 25th Rifle Division, and history began to take shape. Her baptism by fire came near the city of Odessa. The battlefield was chaos, artillery roaring, smoke filling the air, men falling all around her. On her first day, Lyudmila hesitated. A German scout appeared in her scope, young, maybe her age. Her finger trembled on the trigger. Then, she squeezed. The shot echoed through her life forever. The soldier fell. Moments later, another emerged, searching for the source of the shot. She fired again. 2 confirmed kills in her very first engagement. Later, she would write, "After that, I knew my mission was to fight, not as a woman, but as a soldier." From that moment, the sniper from Kyiv became a weapon of precision. Lyudmila's reputation grew with astonishing speed. At Sevastopol, she became a legend. She hunted enemy officers, machine gunners, and spotters, anyone who threatened her comrades. Her patience was unmatched. She could wait in one position for 18 hours, completely motionless, her eyes fixed on her target. German soldiers began to whisper about a phantom, a woman who could kill from half a mile away. By late 1941, she had 187 confirmed kills. By the spring of 1942, that number had climbed to over 300. The Germans tried everything to break her. They used loudspeakers on the front line to taunt her. "Lyudmila, come over to our side. We will give you chocolate and make you an officer." She ignored them. Then they threatened, "If we catch you, we will tear you into 309 pieces. One for every soldier you killed." She simply adjusted her scope and kept firing. One of the most chilling moments of her career came during a sniper duel that lasted for 3 long days. A German marksman, one of their very best, was sent specifically to hunt her down. They played a deadly game of patience. Hours turned into days. The sunlight shifted. One tiny movement could mean death. Finally she saw it, the faint glint of glass in the dirt. A scope. She fired once. When Soviet soldiers reached the spot, they found the enemy sniper dead. He never stood a chance. In June 1942, during the brutal siege of Sevastopol, Lyudmila was severely wounded by mortar fire. Her face was scarred, her body exhausted. But even then, she refused to leave the front line until she was directly ordered to. Her final tally stood at 309 confirmed kills, including 36 enemy snipers. No woman in recorded history had ever matched such a record. But the Soviet command saw something even more valuable than her rifle: her voice. They sent her to the United States and Canada as part of a goodwill tour, to rally support for the Eastern Front. In 1942, Lyudmila Pavlichenko stepped onto American soil, a soldier in uniform, bearing medals and battle scars. She was only 26. Crowds gathered to see her. Newspapers called her the Girl Sniper or Lady Death. She stood beside Eleanor Roosevelt, calm, firm, and unsmiling. At one press conference, reporters asked her if she wore makeup at the front. She replied coldly, "There is no rule that says a woman can fight just as well as a man." When she spoke at rallies, her words cut through like bullets. "Gentlemen, I am 26 years old, and I have killed 309 fascists by now. Don't you think, gentlemen, that you have been hiding behind my back for too long?" The crowd erupted. She had turned propaganda into power. After the war, Lyudmila became an instructor, training new snipers for the Soviet army. She never returned to combat. Her body bore too many scars, both physical and emotional. She later married, worked as a historian, and lived a quiet life in Moscow until her death in 1974. But her legend never faded. In her lifetime, she was awarded the title Hero of the Soviet Union, the nation's highest honor. Her rifle now rests in a museum, its barrel worn smooth by the hands of history. Even today, in military schools across the world, her name is spoken with respect, not just for her incredible skill, but for her unwavering courage. She fought not for glory, but for survival, and for every soldier who could not fight back. Lyudmila Pavlichenko once said, "I am proud of what I have done, but I wish I had never had to do it." Behind the rifle was not a killer, but a woman who understood the profound cost of every trigger pulled. When the war ended, millions cheered for victory. But for Lyudmila, victory was heavy, carried in silence, in memory, in the weight of each life taken. And yet, her story remains a powerful symbol, that courage has no gender, that precision can defeat power, and that sometimes one woman truly can change the course of history. Because every bullet she fired was not for vengeance, it was for survival. Thanks for watching. If you were inspired by the story of the Soviet sniper who became Hitler's nightmare, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of legendary warriors.